How am I supposed to do this tutorial with somebody being so needy right now? Alrighty everyone, so if you clicked on this video, you are interested in how I take my non-existent brow into a full glam brow. Sometimes I get questions on how I do my brows from people that I know in person, and it always surprises people to see my real brows because I actually just don't grow a lot. I grow a ton up front here, which I do trim down, and I wax my own brows, which I can show you how I decide my shape and everything. But if you're interested in how I achieved this brow, I'm gonna go ahead and show you on this brow. Now I am gonna start with some basic face shape 101. So for a start, for your first step, the front of your brow should not pass the outside of your nostril. So if you go too far in, you've got more of like a, well, it starts looking kind of unibrowy. That's a very unprofessional way to put it. So you want to line it up with the outside of your nostril, which you can see here. The next thing that you're going to want to look at is so it's going to go outside of your nostril through your pupil. So if you're looking straight ahead, it's outside nostril through pupil. That's where your arch is going to be. So I'll go ahead and look straight ahead so you can see that it just goes right through my pupil. Do you see that's the spike of my arch? The last thing that you're going to do is you're going to take nostril to outside of eye, and that is the end of your eyebrow. I will show you, I swear. But if you're interested in achieving my natural brow, keep watching. And make sure that you subscribe because I am going to try and do several looks, several educational videos, as much as I can do for you. Ignore my breakouts here. I'm in the process of doing my full face, but I always do my brows first. So I figured while I'm here, I'll show you an educational video. All right. So the first thing that we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to take, what I'm going to use, at least for this brow today, is I am taking my Precision Brow Pencil in the shade Black and Brown. And it's pretty fine pointed, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and show you and look at the same time. All right, so let me explain it and then I'll do it so that you can see it. Maybe that'll be easier. So for the bottom, we're gonna start right where it should line up. So we're gonna start right here. So this will be our starting point, which, as I said in the intro, you should line up completely to the outside of your nostril. All right, I went ahead and kind of marked up my brow. It doesn't look very good, but to give you an idea, this is gonna be our starting point where we're gonna take the brow up and start to arch down, and this should be our ending point. So you'll see it lines up. It's kind of hard to see right now, but you'll have to bear with me, trust the process. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna outline the bottom part of our brow. So we're gonna go from front here. So we're gonna go front to arch to end. I'm gonna go ahead and do the line, the bottom line off camera. I will come back and show you. I won't skip any steps for you. You'll see everything. I'm just not gonna try and draw it in my camera. So I'll go ahead and show you how I started. I know it totally does not look like a brow. I promise, trust me on this. Okay, we drew from the first dot to where the arch should be. We're gonna go ahead and draw a second line here. Alrighty, so as you can see, there's still that first line, but we drew a second line. Promise it'll look like a brow when we're done. So you can see where our outline is going to be though. As you can see here, line, line. So bear with me. We're gonna draw our top line. However, our top line does not start here. I'm actually gonna start it a little further back That's what gives us such a natural look here. As you can see, my line doesn't start till back here. So we're gonna go ahead and draw that line, and I will show you that as well. I went ahead and drew the second line. As you can see, it starts probably about a ½ inch back from the front of our brow. We draw a line up, and then this is not a straight line. This actually, you're gonna take it and curve it just a smidge. As you can see on this side, it just slightly curves, but you'll want to curve it along where your natural brow bone is. So if yours is much sharper, curve sharply, but that's how you adjust it to your face. Now, I know that they don't look the same. First of all, brows are sisters, not twins. My natural brows look very different from each other. I have a natural arched brow. I don't know why my facial muscles are stronger on one side. So my brow is naturally always slightly more arched. And we're gonna do a cleanup. So wait patiently. So the next thing we're gonna do, and we're still using our ColourPop pencil, but what we're gonna wanna go ahead and do is, let me explain it in this way. You're going to want to draw in the direction of your hair growth. So what that means is, if you look up here, these bottom hairs grow upward. So all of this bottom line, you're gonna wanna draw upwards for the front half towards your arch, and then for the bottom half towards the point at the end. That was not the correct term, but for the top line, you're gonna wanna draw downwards towards your arch as well. And then up here, you're gonna wanna draw this direction, which I will input some arrows as I'm saying it so you can understand. So I'll do a couple here on camera, and then I'll finish out so you can see the end. So I always raise my brows for this line here, and you're just gonna take it these ones you can draw a little straight up, but you don't want to go too much. So does that make sense? Are we following along here? Now we're going to do this front part here. As you can see, press, draw, press, draw, press, draw. Do you see how that filled that in? So natural. Promise you we're getting there. We're gonna go ahead and do the same on the peak. All right, so we are done with our ColourPop brow pencil. The next thing that we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna take our Mellow Tinted Brow Gel. This is in the shade Dark Brown. We're gonna take it and we're gonna pull it out. And what I like to do is just wipe off that excess at the front part. You do not want to smudge a whole spot through your brow. And we're gonna take it and start towards the middle, and we're gonna draw in the direction of the hair growth. So we're just slightly coating those hairs, and then at the front, we'll go upward, and then we'll go down the brow. Right, so your very natural looking brow is almost complete. The last thing we're gonna do is the shape up. So since we have such a rough lineage here, and sometimes the pens aren't as sharp as we want them to be, or you drag a line too far, what we're gonna go ahead and do is a cleanup. I'm gonna use my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. This is in the shade Fair. And I'm gonna dab a little bit on my lid here, about 2 drops. And I'm going to take just this, like a square top. I don't really know the professional name for these. It's just like a square top eyeliner brush. You can use any small, fine pointed brush. And I'm gonna dip into this, and I'm going to draw a line just like we did with the brow outline, but we're gonna do that with concealer. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that and show you. All right, so as you can see, I still have a ton of concealer. We just took a dab, but as you can see, we drew out this line, and then I like to drag this line down so it's not so harsh under your brows. You don't want like just a solid concealer line under your brow. But we went ahead and drew this so it's cleaned up, and as you can see, the color drags out. This is how we get such a sharp point for my brow design. So let me go ahead and finish the bottom line, and then I will show you how we do the top line. All right, so we went ahead and just took a beauty blender and blended out along that lid so we don't have any dried up concealer. But as you can see, the top part is starting to look like our brow. We have a drag out and it's not as great looking up here. If we have any concealer left, we're just going to use what's on our brush, and we're going to draw out same idea. We're not going to want to drag at the front part. We're going to start where we drew that line, and we're going to draw out this side. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll show you how we do our tail cleanup. All right, so we went ahead and cleaned up the top line, but as you can see, the tail is not quite cleaned up. So what we're going to go ahead and do, I added a little bit more concealer. So we're going to draw from the bottom, but we're going to straighten it out to connect with the other side. So we just kind of press over and connect it downward. And that is how we get our sharp point. So now I'm going to go ahead and blend this out like I did on the other side so you can see both of them. The last thing that I do is I take my beauty blender, the one that I've been blending, and I just press it right up into those first brow hairs. Well, I didn't remember that. To kind of give it a natural look. You don't want to have just nothing in your brows there. But that is gonna be how we do my brows. We have a spot here, so we'll just take our original ColourPop pencil and fill that in. All right, everyone, that is my completed brow look. If you liked my video, please go ahead and like it or subscribe to my channel for more educational videos, more makeup videos, more fashion hauls, more videos to come. So stay tuned for more.